Sealed only challenge series and videos are becoming some of the most popular videos to watch on YouTube if you're into Yu-Gi-Oh! They combine the excitement of opening packs with the theory crafting of deck building. Creators will try and assemble a deck that they can win weekly matches at their locals or online with. Some of these creators will take these sealed only decks and push them to their limit by taking them to events or tournaments in the hopes of winning with restrictions. I have attempted this challenge before with Cyber Dragons and failed, but since it's a really fun challenge to do, I've decided to try again with a new archetype, Charmers. The rules are simple: a £30 budget a fortnight to buy sealed product, no buying singles or trading cards. The goal? To build a competitive deck that can win consistently, top a locals, and maybe even top an event with. So, let's begin sealed only challenge number 2. Okay, so unfortunately I didn't do too well at the structure deck event for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Day Extravaganza. I literally just finished my match and lost in the first round. I was quite unlucky with the hands. We were playing, as I said, with just one copy of the structure deck. So yeah, I just thought, screw it, I'm just gonna jump straight in and build the week 1 deck of the Charmers. So as you can see, I have opened up the second one already because I messed up a recording. I've got 2 heaters so far and 2 different tokens at least. I'm going to crack both of these open, the deck and this one, hopefully get a different familiar possessed monster and maybe another token, which would be nice. And I'll have a nice deck for our week 1 profile. So I'll see you. Wow. Hey, look at that. It's all in a duck box ready. And we have the full deck here. So you'll see a little blooper at the end of the video just to showcase what actually happened when I opened the third box. So we've got a full side deck from this and a few tokens. There's only 2, I can't remember what I did with the third one. And we've actually got the main deck here. So let's get into the main deck. It may be a bit odd for the few card choices. And yeah, I'm not actually recording any duels at the moment, but in the second episode I definitely will have some duels. So starting off, I got 3 of the familiar possessed Ursua, 1 Era, 1 Heater, and 1 Win. Even though we did pull a Ultra, I quite like that variant of Heater, and it makes sense to play common with all the other commons in here. So going on to the little familiars themselves, I've got 1 of the greater, 1 of the nefarious, smaller version, I guess you could say, 1 Inari Fire, 1 Gigabyte, and 1 Ran Ryu for our extended type familiars. And also following that, we've got some generic spellcasters, so 3 Fairy Tail Luna, just because we can add any of the familiar possessed monsters when she is normal or special summoned, and she has an interesting bounce mechanic. Also playing 2 of the Witchcrafter Golem Aruru. It's quite a decent hand trap-ish card, but speaking of hand traps, an even better one is 3 of Effect Failures. So we can really stop cards like the Predaplant Verte Anaconda and other just monster effects that we will want to stop with this. Moving on to the spells now, I'm playing 3 of the Awakened Possessed. If you don't know what these cards do, I'll go over it quickly because these are sort of the new ones. So it's a continuous spell, and monsters you control gain 300 attack for each different attribute, and this does stack. So you could have 2 of these on with 1 monster, and that 1 monster gains 600 attack. Also, if I control a Charmer or Familiar Possessed monster, they can't be destroyed by card effects. And if a spellcaster monster with 1850 original attack is normal or special summoned while this card is on the field, I get to draw a card. So it's a nice way to just add cards as well. It's a really good continuous spell. Next off, 3 of the Quick Play spell. You discard a card, take 2 cards from your deck with different names, 1 being a Charmer, 1 being a Possessed, and 1 being a Familiar Possessed card. You can set 1 and add 1 to your field. So you usually set 1 of the traps with this and add a Charmer to your hand. For the field spell-ish lineup, I'm playing 2 Secret Village and 1 of the Grand Spiritual Arts. This is a really cool field spell, but besides its main effect, it's not very good. So you can negate one monster effect per turn from your opponent. That is quite mandatory as well. So your opponent has to play around this. Also, you can reveal a card in your hand, I believe, then add one with the same original attribute from your deck, but with 1500 attack and 200 defense, and then shuffle the original revealed monster into the deck. So it's an interesting field spell. Of course, we're playing Terraforming just to work with the field spells that we are playing, and one of the Raigeki's decent board clearer, because it is a good beatdown deck, so we may even want to play this going second or first. But I think initially we will want to play this going first. Into our traps, we're playing 3 of the possessed partnerships. This is probably what you're going to be adding with the Spirit Charmers. What it does is special summon one spellcaster monster with 1500 defense from your hand or graveyard in attack or face down or defense position. In attack or face down defense position. And if you control 2 monsters with different attributes after this effect, you can destroy one card your opponent controls. So it's a good, decent removal. You can also banish it from your graveyard to, I believe it's set or add one continuous possessed card from your graveyard to your hand. Something else that we are playing is 2 unpossessed, something you can actually search off the Spirit Charmer's quick play spell. And what this does, Charmer monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle. And if a familiar possessed monsters you control attacks an opponent monster, it gains 800 attack during damage calculations only. So it's pretty good for attacking as well. It can be quite a beatdown type control deck. So this is a really good trap card. And finally, for the last traps we do play, 3 of the Solemn Warnings, good solemn card to start off with, and 1 Metaverse just to supplement our field spells. I feel like this is quite a solid list for week 1 of this challenge. I think the way I'm going to build this deck is a heavy control deck. Something I'm already planning to do to upgrade it would be to pull a Dragoon, because you can very easily get out 2 monsters to make Verte with this deck, and that's something I think would make this a really strong control deck. So that's the main deck. Off into the side. We do have a full side, as I said. We're playing 1 Deco Sekka just to stop back row decks. 3 of the Book of Eclipse just to flip stuff face down. It's a really good Book of Moon-esque type card, but it flips everything down. The only drawback of this card is our opponent will actually be able to draw after this. I'm mostly playing 3 Twin Twisters just for more back row removal. Of course, we're also playing 3 Dark Ruler No Mores and the 3 Dimensional Barriers. This is a really good card. When I was playing the Extravaganza myself, it stopped a lot of decks I played against. So this is a really good trap card for this meta. Here are the 3 tokens that we did get from our different structure decks, as you can see. And funnily enough, I did pull a playset of Heater. Fantastic. But yeah, this is my week 1 deck profile. As I said, there's no videos this week with any duels, but from the next video, there definitely will be some duels. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to starting this challenge again with this theme and this archetype. So please remember to leave this video a like, and remember to subscribe just to see where I do take this Charmer structure deck. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the second episode in 2 weeks time on the 4th or 5th of January, I think it'll be. I'll have a date on the screen so you can see when the next episode will be. Thank you. See you in the next video. Okay. I'm just excited to see if I get another copy of Heater. Let's have a quick look. Come on! Do I get a different token at least? Oh, hey, Heater token, pretty much. For bloody copy.